what I love too is that I can come take breaks throughout my workday to come see the dances and get rebalanced by the drum. I love that. Because this is a Pueblo center, this is the best place for my food, my Pueblo cultural food. I feel very much comfortable, very much at home in this space. My name is Tina Archuleta. I am from the Pueblo of Jemez, and I am the owner of Itality plant-based foods. Here at Itality, we have Pueblo-inspired plant-based food. So you will find Pueblo food that is completely plant-based. It is culturally relevant food that I grew up with in my community, and I now make it completely plant-based and return that to community. We spent the whole day here selling food with family like them. We posted up, and this was our playground. And we do things to help, you know, talk to the customers or go run to the store for change or ice. And your task and responsibilities kind of increase as you age, and soon you'll be running the booth and it'll be your booth. But when you start off, you do the task around. And yeah, so this is called Red Rocks, what we call it. In English is Red Rocks. So the gas station right across the street, Red Rocks gas station, is where my first vendor was. And so I had hummus wraps, salads, quinoa, stir fries, fruit cups. There's not a lot of economic development here in my community, and as you can see, there's not a lot of places to get food. We live in a food desert, or what is known as a food apartheid, because as you can see, we're in the desert and there's lots of plant food. Jemez people have been living throughout these mountains for millennia, up into the Valles Caldera, all the way down. This is our homeland. So a lot of things going on out here. And that's why we're moving away from the term food desert, right? Because we live in the high desert and there's lots of food sources. So it kind of, they're kind of taking away from our cultural way of life by suggesting we couldn't survive as a people in the desert, but we do, and we have. So right now it's just about kind of reclaiming this plant knowledge of these plant foods and reincorporating them into our daily lives. So this is a very resourceful plant that's been getting overlooked, and that's what I'm into, is kind of just going through that process, remembering the process through genetics, through my DNA, cellular memory, and just doing it. Doing it, drying the seed, grinding it to a flour, and just remembering that taste. So I got to design the space. Initially, Indian Pueblo Marketing Incorporated gave me this 1,000 square foot space, and I got to choose how it got laid out. So that was really huge to me, because I didn't have to step into a kitchen that's already set and try to mold myself to that kitchen. This kitchen was designed for our needs. So when I designed it, I just thought about the flow of work that we'll be doing and where things need to be placed. So when people walk into Itality, I want them to feel this overall sense of Pueblo culture. I want them to know this is a Pueblo space, this is an earth space, this is an earth-centric space. Front counter, so this is where people will order. They'll be able to look right back and see our fresh produce in the refrigerators back there. What I envision happening back here is our native language. I want to hire Pueblo cooks, Pueblo chefs from my tribe, and I want Toa to be spoken back here. So that's what I envision, is like Pueblo women cooking, speaking Toa. We're gonna have Toa words on our menu. So it's a form of education as well. We're gonna be teaching our customers how to say Toa words. People don't really see women in this space, or they treat you like you don't know how to be in this space, and I don't know how to be in this space, but that's not preventing me from showing up. You know, like, I'm not afraid to not know what's happening, and I'm not afraid to ask. So that's what's helping me to grow as an entrepreneur in this position. I never thought I'd, you know, be having to look through construction documents or talk to plumbers or electricians and choose lights and choose paint. And yeah, it's a lot, but it's really amazing. So this is our garden, our little greenhouse situation we have here. Sometimes it gets too hot, so we leave a little cooler in here. But yeah, this is some chard, rainbow chard, mixed greens, collard greens, kale. So we just like to have a lot of greens to choose some. So I'll grab some, and then we'll go ahead and make a salad. Situated. They're probably going to be bitter. This is about the second or third picking we've gotten from this batch. So the more they go on, the bitter they get. But you know, bitter is better. Bitter is a medicine. So it's like a nice bouquet here. Great. But yeah, this is the purslane here. Let me just get a few pieces. The interest for education and, you know, just for my interest in increasing nutritional content in dishes that we eat is the health disparity. I would say the health crisis that we see in Native community. There's you know, obesity, diabetes, and people have really came away from the benefits of plant foods. Plant-based foods can reverse type 2 diabetes. They can lower cholesterol. A complete plant-based diet has 0 cholesterol. So that's so good for the blood. So for me, I was facing my own health disparities in my life, early childhood or into my adolescence, you know, depression, suicide, and just in general not feeling happy. So once I took the power of food into my own hands and started enriching my life with these vitamins and minerals, I felt better. So I wanted to share that with community. And as you can see, there's food growing everywhere. So, and where the future is going, we need to learn how to utilize the foods that we have access to, you know? And we learned through COVID with things shutting down, all the like supply chains getting interrupted. What does that look like in the future for us as Indigenous people? Do we know our environment? Or, you know, do we know what plants we can eat and how to cook them, how to prepare them? So that's really what sparked my interest. It's kind of just showing community that. And I love to gather in the Pueblo. I love to gather food in community so that people see me out there harvesting, gathering, and it becomes a memory. A lot of times some of the elders will stop when they're passing by, and they'll just talk, create conversation about, oh, you know, you're out here, you're picking this. And I love that. So it's about kind of recreating that memory in community. But yeah, so we got, look at this right here, some mixed greens, purslane, dandelion. That's a high-end salad at Whole Foods right here. That's how I create a lot of the things I create. I just channel what's around me. I channel our ancestors. I think, how would they utilize these foods? And that's what I love to do. So yeah, the proximity to the plant really matters regarding the nutritional content, nutritional value of the plant. The further it is away from harvest time, the less nutrition it has. So because we just picked this from our garden, it is loaded, and you can taste it. You can taste the crispness. And these greens would actually last longer in our refrigerator than if I go to the store, buy a bag of greens, open it, it's gonna go bad in 2 days, 3 days tops. And so this right here is just prime peak freshness and the highest nutritional content right from the earth to our plate. You know, like these plants were looked down on when the American government moved in and they gave us the food pyramid, and they started to say this is what is nutritious, and what was missing was our native foods. So our elders, you know, they were taught like this is what society accepts as nutrition, as food, and we were overlooking these because it's the bush, you know, but this was what our ancestors survived on. These foods, those cactuses, lots of things, lots of plants here. So that's what I love about Jemez, is there's so much plant life up here, and it's everywhere. Lots of plant relatives here.